Have you ever been in a bar and thought, am I too drunk to be here? Tonight I will be explaining why the Alaskan law, you can't be drunk in a bar, is unfair to the Alaskan citizens. I am credible to speak on this topic because I am of drinking age. I have been to a bar several times and I have done a lot of research on this topic. This is relevant to you all because I know most of you, not all, have been in a bar at some point in your life. I will first discuss the two problems this law causes, and lastly, I will give you a solution to the problems. The first problem this law causes is the liability it puts on the bar owners and employees. The Department of Commerce, Community and Economic Development states that the law prohibits the sale of alcoholic beverages to drunken persons or even allows a drunken person to enter a licensed establishment if drunk. Alaskan courts have ruled a vendor of alcoholic beverages may be held critically liable when the sale of liquor is a substantial factor in causing an accident or an injury. For example, if you leave a bar in Alaska and you get in a drunken driving accident, you can sue the owner of the bar. Imagine bartending and a person drinks and drives home and crashes. Would you want to be liable for the irresponsible actions of others? The article Problems and Solutions states that people under 21 years of age can drink in private homes with a parent, sibling, or spouse of age there. How can that be legal, but having a good time at a bar is not? In ABC's news article, Alaskan cops arresting drunk in bars, Lieutenant Dave Parker said, the bartender or a person selling can either become a victim or the perpetrator of a crime. There are many worse criminals that need to be jailed than a bartender selling a drink to someone who willingly walked into a bar and proceeded to get drunk. Now that I have discussed the first problem this law causes, I will move on to my second point. The second problem this law causes is that it is simply impossible to tell when a person is drunk. What is the definition of drunk? The article Alcoholic Beverages states it is prohibited to allow a drunken person to enter and remain within a licensed establishment or to consume alcohol beverages within licensed premises. If a person enters a bar after having one drink, you could be drunk depending on your tolerance, but for some it may take more. When is enough? The article by Living Law says that drunkenness can be proved by plain and easily observed outward manifestations of behavior common to the excess intake of alcohol. From previous experiences, I've seen the effects of alcohol on my family and friends and myself. Some of my friends act crazy and silly sometimes, and you really can't tell if they're intoxicated or just being silly. Would you like it if you got told you were too drunk to be in a bar even though you weren't drunk? Now that I've discussed my second point, I will move on to my final point, my solution. My solution to the problems the law causes is to put more specifics into the guidelines. To improve the law, the Alaskan government should put guidelines on what is considered drunk and how you prove that they are drunk. The government should also protect the establishment's employees of lawsuits by stating that they are not liable for what happens outside of their bar when they leave. This solution is best because it keeps the law in place, but it also improves it for everyone involved. In conclusion, I have stated the two main problems the Alaskan law presents and a solution to them both. I have told you how employees are liable for what happens when a person leaves the bar and how they are not guidelines for what makes a person considered drunk. I want you all to consider what alcohol is and what alcohol does. What is the point of alcohol? What if one day you're out celebrating for your engagement and end up in jail for just having a good time? Suggestions that are submitted to the government will make the government revise the law and reconsider changing the law. I hope you will all join me in getting Alaskans their free right to be intoxicated at a bar. Thank you.